We're about a fourth of the way through the college football season, and Notre Dame is still waiting to find out about 5 players being held out during an academic fraud investigation. But we learned something new today. WSBT Sports Director Pete Byrne is here with all of those details. Pete?
Rick, for the first time since news broke of the academic scandal back in mid-August, there appears to finally be an end date in sight for the 5 suspended Notre Dame football players. Brian Kelly said this afternoon during his weekly press conference that an academic committee has been formed and that he's been assured all 5 of these players will have their hearings completed by the end of next week. Now, when asked if he feels that by already having missed 4 games, his guys have already been, in a sense, found guilty, Kelly declined to share his opinion on that. He did, however, speak of the complexity of the process.
It's a very complicated situation, obviously. There are a lot of pieces here. There are NCAA implications, certainly. We're probably going down a path that has never gone before. So there are things there. But certainly these are dialogues that Jack and I are having, not after the season, we're having them as they occur. Because there are clearly ways that we believe internally that we need to get better.
Do you have some knowledge of the possibility of vacating wins from previous years?
Yeah, I do not have any knowledge of vacating wins or NCAA implications. I have not been informed of that, and whether that is impending. I think I would have been informed of all of those things.
So there's potentially some good news there. It doesn't look like any wins vacated, any further NCAA or any NCAA penalties being levied. But Brian Kelly was very careful not to be critical of the university or the process, although it was pretty clear that he's frustrated, certainly by the length of time, the fact that information seems to be changing week to week. At least now there seems to be an end date in process. So we'll see if a week and a half from now that comes true. But those guys are certainly not playing again this week against Syracuse. So you're looking at a third of the way through the season. None of those guys have played.
And if you look at it, if they're found not guilty of this, then they missed all those games. They weren't guilty.
Games. Yeah, right.
Oh.
And they weren't able to play.
Yeah. The flip side is they could be found guilty too, in which case
that's true. No
harm has been done. The right process was followed. We're just going to have to wait and see. Not the only news to come out of Notre Dame today. Some big changes coming to the Irish offensive line that you'll see on the field this Saturday. We'll get to that coming up at 6 o'clock.
Talk some football. All right, thanks, Pete.